this cutting off of the head thing. It's making everything a little bit difficult. So, hello. Can you even see my beautiful candle that I lit? You can't, can you? You just can. Hi guys, welcome. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be taking stock of all the books that I'm in I'm going to be taking stock of all the series that I'm in the middle of and whether or not I plan to continue that series or not. So please grab a beverage, grab a seat, get comfortable, and let's dive in. I believe that I am in the middle of 11 series. So, not to brag, but I actually looked at that and went, that's not that bad. That's not that bad. And like some of these series, which I'll go through, I'm up to date. So I think like maybe just 2, but still. So I'm gonna just jump straight in because that's what we're here for. I'm gonna begin with romance. Cramp in my foot. I'm good. That was, you know, when a cramp comes over you and you really just have to give up all control in life. So yeah. Oh my god, I'm up to date on like so many more than I thought. Okay, so let's just jump in. I'm starting off with some romance series. So they're like, you know the drill, interconnected standalones, or like, are they not all just interconnected standalones? So starting off with the Windy City series. The last book that came out in this series was Play Along. I believe this came out last year. There have been 4 so far, and we are getting a 5th. It's called Rewind It Back, and there's a cover for it now, and it's Rio's story. Each book follows a different sport and a different couple, but all of it occurs in the city of Chicago, the Windy City. The first one is hockey, ice hockey, I believe. The second one is basketball, and then the third and fourth are baseball. Like the third definitely, the fourth it's almost like it follows the doctor on the baseball team more than it follows the sport of baseball, so it's almost like miscellaneous. The 5th and final book is coming out this year, and that is one series that I definitely plan to continue to finish. Oh my god, it'll be finished. How sad. How sad, but also I'm excited. I'm excited for Rio's book. I'm also a little bit nervous for Rio's book because like his character was funny. His character offered comedic relief. I guess Isaiah's did too, and Isaiah's book was fantastic. So I don't know, I'm just gonna shut up. I don't know what I'm talking about. The next series that I'm in the middle of, the Maple Hills series, which I'm showing you the last book in the series that came out. I don't know if that's the right thing to do. Like, I feel like if you're not familiar with this book, you're probably familiar with this book. This book is the first book in the series, and this was the last one that came out also last year. I love this series. I'm sorry. Similar to the Windy City series, the Maple Hill series follows a different couple, but it doesn't switch sports. It's largely based around ice hockey players, as you might have guessed. But obviously this one doesn't look super ice hockey, and that's because it's not. It's not actually. I give you a princess. And she looks like a poodle. Stop it. Like, we're trying to be serious here. If you could just... So the first book, this is literally just giving me the information. So the first book, Icebreaker, follows Nate and Stassi's story. Stasi, whatever you want to call her. The second one, Wildfire, follows Russ and Aurora's story, which is a bit of a snooze fest, not gonna lie. And then this story follows Henry and Hallie, and it's just so cute. Like, it's so wholesome. Honestly, Wildfire for me has been probably my least favorite in the series. Icebreaker was hands down my favorite. Nate and Stassi's story, again, whatever you want to call her. And this book was really wholesome, like a hot cup of tea. This felt like a warm cup of tea. Ugh. Anyway, so that is another series, and yes, I definitely plan to continue this series. Okay, the next series I'm in the middle of is the Chestnut Spring series. I have read the first book, and you're gonna have to refresh my memory. Who are the characters' names? Summer? Is it Summer? Rhett and Summer. I think. So I've read the first book in the series, and like this didn't change my life, but it wasn't a bad time. Like, I have fun with this book. I have to say that I know there's a lot of hype around this series, and I didn't quite understand that after the first book. Like, nobody says that it's like 5 stars, life-changing, oh my god, like, well, some people do. The consistent messages or like reviews that I've seen have been that it's just such a like a fun, entertaining time, and it's like a comfort read, it's a palate cleanser, like they always come back and like just feel comforted by this series. And like this just, I don't know, I want to continue this series because I want to understand, and I fear that perhaps this just wasn't the book to get me there. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that there are like 4 books left in the series, and I plan to at least move on to the next one. I want to read them all, I do. I'm trying to go into it with neutral expectations because this one didn't blow my socks off like I thought it was going to. But perhaps the rest of the series will. We shall see. Okay, the next series that I'm in the middle of was right next to it. So I'm just gonna grab it. Oh, that's it, my phone's gone, never mind. And that is the Rebel Blue Ranch series by Lila Sage. So another really popular cowboy romance series that I've seen around, and I think there are, oh my gosh, like I don't even know now. I think 1, 2, 3, are there 4? The first book being obviously Done and Dusted, which I have read, which followed Clementine or Emmy and Luke. And I enjoyed this. I enjoyed this more than I did Fearless. This book to me was like watching the movie Sweet Home Alabama, which was just like so fun and so comforting. And so yes, I definitely plan on continuing the series. I've heard other people say that it just gets better from here, which is very exciting. Again, I'm pretty sure Swift and Saddled, Wrecked and Wrangled. Let me just, please hold. Please hold. Oh, Wild and Wrangled. Oh, Lost and Lassoed, yeah. Okay, sorry, my bad. So Done and Dusted, which I've read. Swift and Saddled, which I have on my TBR. Lost and Lassoed, which I've heard people say is their favourite. And then Wild and Wrangled, which I don't believe is out yet. It comes out April 15th this year. So there you go, I need to get my shit together. This is not a series that I'm up to date on, as you can tell. Same with Chestnut Springs. I'm behind. I don't know why. I just haven't felt overly pulled towards the cowboy romances. I really thought that they would suck me in and it would become my entire personality to read them, but it just hasn't. And I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that it hasn't, but trying to make that the case. Okay, the next series I'm in the middle of, I tried to look up what the title of this series was called, and I couldn't find what it actually is called. So we're just going to call it the Part of Your World series, which is by Abby Jimenez. And the first book is called Part of Your World. I just figure that does she give it a name? Like, tell me, is there a name for the series? I looked it up, but I couldn't find anything. I didn't try that hard, but you know. So anyway, this was the first book in this interconnected standalone romance series, and I absolutely adored this book. So there's just without question, I will definitely be continuing this series. I love her writing. She's hilarious. And also, I didn't expect a whole lot. I've said this in other videos. People told me that it's good for you to read the first book because you get context about the characters. It's going to make more sense when you get into the next books in the series. But they all said that this book had nothing on, especially the second, which is yours truly, I think. And then the third, which is Just for the Summer, which has gotten so much hype. Yeah, this blew my socks off because I guess everybody said like, oh, like don't stress too much about this one, but read it. But you know, it's not as good as the others. So I went into it and I was like, oh, I'm gonna read it, but it's not as good as the others. Well, it was fantastic. So yeah, Abby Jimenez, love your work, and will definitely be continuing the series. I don't even know what anybody considers the genre of this series. That is Divine Rivals. So Divine Rivals is like the first book, and I thought originally it was just going to be a duology, but I've heard recently that there's going to be another one. So I don't know, but obviously Ruthless Vows. I've read Divine Rivals. I loved it. Adored it. 5 stars. Poetic. Beautiful. Stunning writing. Gorgina. But what do you what is the genre of this? Because it's like it's romance, of course, but it kind of has an element of historical fiction, but it also has elements of fantasy. So this just kind of is in a league on its own. So I loved that, but I'm nervous because everybody says this was a letdown. And like, I love that I just say everybody. Obviously people like, there are people who love this, but like majority of what I'm sensing is that people were like let down, and that scares me. I think that's why I've been putting it off. I will continue this. It's on the cart. I'm gonna give it a go one day, definitely. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. All right, back you go. I always imagine like my books are like alive, kicking and screaming, like, no, don't put me back. Hold on to me for longer. I'm like a actual weirdo. Okay, already too much talking. Taking this a break. Switching genres again. The next series that I'm in the middle of is the... I do have the first book. It's the Eddie Flynn series by Steve Kavanagh, which is crime. We're in the crime section. And this series is called the Eddie Flynn series because it follows a... What's the word for it when someone's a sneak? A con artist. It follows a con artist turned lawyer called Eddie Flynn. And he works with people... innocent people who have been accused of horrible crimes, and he helps them in like this badass... Every book is an adventure. Essentially, it's like interconnected standalone crime, because whilst Eddie's character is in every book, and if you read it from start to finish, like you would get a lot more out of it because you would know all the characters and their stories and where they started and how they ended up there. Steve writes in a way that you don't actually have to read every book. I have definitely not read these books in order. I'm reading them in whatever order I choose. Steve will just write it and give you all the information you need just for that story. And it's kind of like a TV show where every episode is a different crime, it's a different story, it's a different case that he's working on. So yeah, and he just kind of gives you what you need to know. And if you did read it from start to finish, so this is the first book in the series, then you would kind of get more of a found family element out of it and more of the character development. So yes, I will definitely be continuing this series. I will definitely be continuing this series. It's fantastic. Steve's writing is amazing, and every single book is like just such a fun, wild, scary, thrilling time. Telling you about these books has been like similar to reading one. The next series is the Crown of Nyaxia series, which I have read. Come, my friends. I have read The Serpent and the Wings of Night and The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, which is a duology, but I didn't realize that this was going to be a 6-book series with each pair of books for following a different couple. And this duology, which follows Aurea and Rain's story, I loved it. I loved it so much. I thought I was done. I thought, you know, I was like 2 and done. Had a great time. Highly recommend these two for a romantasy and enemies to lovers, like a proper slow burn enemies to lovers. Like, get onto these. But like, I was done when I finished, and then obviously the next book came out and it's following, oh my gosh, I can't remember her name. Mira? No. Mira? Is that somebody else's sister? Wait, is that Onyx Storm? I feel like it is. Misha? Misha? I don't know. There's a character in this that was really close to the main male character, and I'm pretty sure that the next book follows her and her story. And I've had people read it and tell me that it's fantastic. For some reason, I don't feel pulled towards it. I don't know why that is, but at this stage, like I'm not gonna rule it out entirely. I may eventually pick it up, but at this point in time, like I don't have it physically. I know it's on Kindle Unlimited as well, but I just have no interest really right now. So like, no hate, she's got fantastic writing and I am definitely not ruling it out, but yeah, I don't know. In this series, in this world, I felt like I got everything I needed out of this couple and their journey and their story. I feel like I got what I needed out of it. So we'll see. We'll see. Okay. All right, ready? Okay, the next series that I'm not in the middle. I'm at the end. I'm ready. I'm ready for the next one. Hurry up. Hurry up. Oh, I can't even tell you because I'm not continuing Crescent City. And I'm pretty sure I've said that in another video. I have read all 3 books that are out and I'm not continuing. But I am very excited to continue ACOTAR. Obviously, I've read every book there is to date. I've only read it once too because I only read this series last year. So whenever the next book will be announced, I will definitely be doing a reread of this beautiful, beautiful series. And yeah, there's not really much else to say here other than love the characters, love everything about this series so much, like except this blue book, like which we all know could have been an email. But everything else about this series, like chef's kiss, absolutely adore it. So yeah, I'm really hoping for an Azrael book. We can only hope and pray, really, can't we? Okay. I don't know if you can see them. You can't. You really can't because they're up there. But another series that I'm in the middle of is the Empyrean series, and I'm just using my special edition hardback book with the sprayed edges just to show it off, really. And like, I don't know, look at that. Like, look at that. It's a bit boring, this side. Nothing too super special there. That's why I keep the dust cover on it. She's so pretty. So another series is the Empyrean series, which I feel like we're all in the same boat. We've just finished this book, the 3rd book. There is expected to be 5, and apparently we have to wait till 2027. So I don't know how that's legal, but anyway, I will definitely be continuing this series if that's not already obvious. Like, there's just a few series that live in my brain rent free, and ACOTAR is one of them. Throne of Glass, this series, even Harry Potter. Look how vibrant my roses look. Look at them. Definitely continuing the series. Must find out what happens. Life won't be complete until I do. So, yeah. So what's that? We're up to, that was number 10. That's 10 series. The last series that I have that I'm listing here is partly because it was on my March TBR. So I feel like it's, you know, I can't just not talk about it. And that is Dance of Thieves, which is a duology. I never say it before. Duology. Merci, mes chéris. I'm reading The Nightingale. Yeah, I think that explains everything you need to know about that little French outburst. So anyway, the Dance of Thieves series, which that's what it's called, I looked this up as well, is a duology, and The Vow of Thieves, I believe, is the 2nd book. And I won't be continuing this series, and I won't be going into detail in this video because I'm planning to do like my March wrap up for the month, and I will be reserving my thoughts with you there. Although I did post on Goodreads a review which kind of gives it all away. If you can't wait, go check that out. But otherwise, yeah, I just won't be continuing this series. Not for me. Okay, so that's it. That's literally the 11 series that I'm in the middle of, and I feel like, what did we decide? I feel like out of 11, I'm continuing on with 9 of them. So 2 of them, bye-byes. That's not bad. I'm up to date with 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm up to date with 4 out of 9. So there's 5 left to work through, and I may be planning to start a couple more, so that number may rise. But like, I feel calm. I feel cool, calm, and collected about this, guys. I feel like this is not too overwhelming to me today. Maybe I'm having a good day, but I do plan to make this more of a priority this year to start getting through the series that I've already started, especially the cowboy romance ones. Like, you don't know how much it irks me that I've only read 1. I just don't, that doesn't sit right with me. I don't like leaving things incomplete. Ma chérie, it's a beautiful day. That's enough French for today. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching me talk about all the series I'm in the middle of. Not sure what you guys get out of that, but anyway, that is all for today's video. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, make sure to like and subscribe for more videos. I hope you have a fantastic week ahead, and I'll see you in the next one. Mwah!